exciting. The other one, the kit I did the day before was this beautiful, beautiful blue kit, which we made the cards, which is absolutely gorgeous. But today we're going to make it into an 8x8 scrapbooking page. So you need to cut a piece of cardstock 8 inches by 8 inches. These fit fantastic into the little white or black frames that you can get in Kmart. But yes, I'm also going to do a mix and match today, which is exciting, which is bringing in, as I was said in my last one, that you can bring in stamp sets from other kits that you have made. And I haven't actually made this kit up, but we're going to be doing that next. So I actually got the heirloom stamp set out of the heirloom kit, which is going to be my next kit. And I'm going to use a bit of this because I like the little texture and the butterfly to add to this one as well, to the scrapbooking page. So that's going to bench. Forgive my hand for a minute. For those who don't know me, my name's Teresa Brown and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and have been for going into my 19th year. I'm so excited. I love Stampin' Up! And I love their products. I love that you can mix and match and everything coordinates and it always looks amazing. So as you can see, this is the little stamp set from the heirloom stamp set that I'm going to be using next, or kit that I'm going to be using next, and it's got a little like checkered thing on it, and I thought that'd be interesting to use for a border in this. So let's go with it. None of these have been pre-made. None of my projects have been pre-made. We are making them together right now. So don't make a mistake with you. So I'm just going to wipe that off. I like to wipe it off, and you can sort of see it's quite lovely. It's very different, and you can do like stamp off on it as well if you wanted to, if you wanted it lighter. Okay, which is a great technique, but we're going to do some dark and light, and we're going to bring it into lights and darks along here, just along to get that bit of texture happening around the edge without it being too dark. So you can sort of see I've stamped it up once, but I've stamped it quite a few times to get it lighter. I'm going to do the top corner and I'm going to do the bottom corner. I'm just going to turn this around so I've got my inky bit down the bottom, and I'm going to do this again. Okay, so ink that up. And I'm going to come in with it a little bit more this time, just down the bottom, and just keep bringing it across and bringing it up, bring it across. So we sort of get that faint look, which is really, really beautiful. And I really loved this little background stamp. I thought, well, that's going to work in really well with the kits. So I've stayed with the Night and Navy that came out of the beautiful blue kit, and I chose a photo of my mum and my daughter because my mum passed away a couple of years ago. I actually had my daughter Louise on my mum's birthday, and this is pretty well close to nearly the last photos that was taken of Mum and Lou when she was in her nursing home. So it's absolutely beautiful. I wanted to do something special for her. So I also decided that I was going to go with one of the blue cards as a little bit of backing on here as well. It's got the seam on it, so work out where you want to put it, where your fold is, but I'm going to put it this way because I think the photo and everything will cover it. So I'm going to use my Tombow glue. You can use, if you've got leftover tapes or whatever you can use, but I'm just going to use my Tombow glue on this today. And I'm going to stick this piece on here, coming in here and here. Then I really liked this frame, and I thought this would be really interesting on here too, but I want it partly off and partly on. But I want to leave a little bit of a border around because sometimes you just don't see that when the frame goes in. So I just want to do a little bit of a border. So I'm just going to put the glue right around the edge up both sides, just up both sides, not the top and the bottom, but both sides. And I'm just going to add this to my page, and I want it to be a little bit out from the edge. Okay, now I can put my finger down onto that glue because now I can put it down there. Now I've been tossing out what to do with this because of the brown background in here, and I'm sort of thinking now, do I want that background in there or not? And look, you know, I'm very into cutting and changing my photos around. So I'm going to cut around and cut that chair out and lose hand. Because sometimes if you get a beautiful photo, it might not quite mix with what you want to do it with. And sometimes you think, oh, if that background just wasn't in there, I'd be really happy. How many of you think that when you're scrapbooking? People are afraid to cut their photos as well. But sometimes it can make the best page if you just cut around it. It's not hurting the photo or removing partly the background. Because that brown, it's as much as it was a really nice gate or like a pattern gate or a fence, it was really good. But I want this to sort of come in here. I'm just going to trim up around the glasses here a little bit and just a little, getting the little bits of whites off the corners. Okay, so that can go in there, but you can sort of see now we have this beautiful, also we have this beautiful card here, which I want to bring this background into here. So I'm going to trim this off a little bit because it's a bit big. I think it's a bit big. I'll stick that on here. Let me try this on here. Oh yeah, that comes out. That comes out perfect. Okay, so that comes out really, really great. It's in the right spot and it's in the right size. So that's really good. So I'm going to, before I put the glue around, I was going to put some of the blue twine that I had around it. So I'm going to do that because I want to put that in where that score line is. Okay, and I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times. Okay, I want that a bit bigger, so I want to be able to do possibly a bow. So if you want to do a bow, you need to leave enough hanging out the edge to do that bow before you start winding this around. And then bring this out to the same length as that. Okay, now what I like to do is I like to turn it over and line it up into where that score line is. Okay, so I'm going to line it up there, and I'm just going to get a bit of that tear tape because it's handy to do. And I'm going to bring these two pieces in quite so I can put that over. So I can just hold it there now. Now it's like a spare pair of fingers. That's what I call it. Spare pair of fingers, because sometimes you just can't quite hold everything down. So I'm going to do my little bow up here. This is interesting with a bung hand at the moment, but we'll try. I tell you what, I never realised how much I use my fingers and my hands until you get nerve pain in your hand. Then you realise, oh my God. I'm just going to leave it like that for the moment because I can tighten that up a little bit with a mini glue dot. And I'm just going to leave that over there at the moment because I don't want to cut anything off. But I'm going to grab a mini glue dot. Now, mini glue dots are a little silicone dot, and they are fantastic. Now, look, you know, this is on here. You'll see this tiny little mini glue dot. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little silicone dot. I'm going to put it on the end of my scissors if I can. You can sort of see it stuck to my finger, but you can sort of see this little tiny bit of glue on here, which is fantastic for this sort of thing because I can put that there and then press down my ribbon. And depending whether I want that tight or loose, I can just leave it loose like that, or I can tighten it up at the back before I glue this down. So if I want that tight, I just bring it around to the back and I can tighten this up to where I want it. Grab a little bit more tear tape. You can use mini glue dots as well, like I just did, so you don't have to use the tear tape, you can use mini glue dots, but either one will hold this in place. I'm going to pull this down tight and pull it down, and then the fingers don't want to work. Okay, and you can sort of see now it's nice and tight along there. Okay, so I'm going to put this glue around here, and I will add a little bit onto the ribbon, or the twine I should say. You can have ribbon, twine. I'm using the twine, and this is just going to come down in this section here. Okay, so that's our third layer. So we've got 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layer. These are all out of that card kit. And then we've got a little picture of Mum and Lou. And I'm going to actually trim around Lou's arm here because even though it's the bit of her chair, I just want to take it off to there so it looks even on both sides. And then we're going to put Mum and Lou in here, and I'm going to use dimensions to raise them up. Now, what happens when you get some white bit here? I'm just going to grab a blending brush, and this is a different blue brush, but that's okay, it's still blue. And I'm just going to add a little bit of ink on here. Sometimes I use sponge daubers, which are a little bit easier. And I'm just going to come around and go around the photo, just on that bit where, just where the edge is. Yep, now I can't see the white. And that's what I wanted, not the white. So I'm just going to also just trim that little bit off the chair because it just is, you'll see what you want on the photo and what you don't want on the photo. Okay, that's brilliant. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to use dimensions on the back of this. Ooh. One on each of their heads, one on each of their bodies down here. And I'm just going to put 2 sort of in there. Not too high because it's going in a frame, so I don't want it to be up too high, but I do want it to look really good. Okay, so we're going to bring this now down here, right to the edge. Okay, and then I'm going to add in some of these flowers. Now, I have got a little bit of this blue left if you wanted to sort of add a little bit more, but I don't want to add, I don't think I need to add any more of that. But I am going to add these flowers in up here. They're absolutely beautiful. Just looking to see which way they go again. Oh, they go this way. So I'm going to add these in up here. And I'm going to use dimensions on the back of these too. And this is where I do get that extra pack of dimensions when I decide I want to do more than just the card kit, because I use a lot more of the dimensions. And I get a few cards, and like, you know, this is absolutely beautiful to give as a birthday card as well as a present. So I love the fact that I'm going to just cut that little one off because it just keeps annoying me. It just wants to pop out. So I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put, we've got this beautiful blue word down, blue part down here that we can word. So I'm sort of going to add the white one to the blue one. So this is really nice, the white to the blue. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue to this. And I'm going to add this to the blue one. How gorgeous is that? And then I'm decided I'm going to go with probably this one. I'm not sure what words I want. I'll just have a look in this other. I'm not sure what words I've got in here. For you. Oh, if I went for you, I could go for the smaller one. Or I could put happy birthday or I love you. I'm not too sure yet. But I can put the little word, I like that. And that can go down into this corner here. Or you can have it up here, but I like it better down here. That's where I want it. Okay, for you. Thank you. No. Thankful and grateful. Now this one says, I feel lucky to have you. I think I like that. I feel lucky to have you. Let's try this on here. Everyone feels lucky to have someone in their life, don't they? Okay, take this little bit of grid off for the minute. I'll probably put it back on in a minute, but I'm just going to take it off for a minute while I put this one on. I'm just going to rub it. You can just rub it too if it's new, or you can ink it, whichever way you want to go, just to make sure that it's got, you can wash it. You can just to make sure that it's going to activate with the ink. Okay, so I'm just going to come on here. Oh, nearly put it upside down. So this is quite lovely, actually. I feel lucky to have you. And I felt really lucky that I had my daughter on my mum's birthday. I remember ringing her up and saying, I think I'm in labour. And it was mum's birthday, and it was just so nice. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of this dimension to this tag as well. So I'm just going to open this and grab that cardboard back. And I don't want to ink it too heavy. So let's bring this up here. And I'm just going to stamp off just a fraction because I don't want it really heavy, but I do want some imprint happening on here, just to bring it into the theme that I've used. And then you can stamp off and then just stamp over the middle. And it's very light then. Okay, so you get that really light effect in the centre. Okay, and then we've got that beautiful butterfly, and I'm sort of really liking that butterfly, and I want to put this on here and have those bit of flowers, little bits hanging out. So I'm going to add some dimensions on the back. I'm just going to do 2. Which way do I want it? This way. I want a bit of blue and white. Yep, that's good. And then I'm just going to add a couple of dimensions on the back. And I'm going to put it into more, I'm sort of thinking of bringing it in more to here. I feel lucky to have you. That's the 2 of them. And then we can add something in here. And I'm just trying to work out what I want to put in here. We've got the leaves and that, but what I really want to add, or if I want to add anything more to it, or leave it as it is. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's going to look beautiful in a frame. We've got lots of different layers and dimension on there, which I really love. And I love cutting out Mum and Lou and getting that brown background, which just didn't quite fit into my theme of the blues. I wanted to go more with the blues. The yellow and the tops look different. So I've got that in there, and then I've just got to work out whether I want something over here. And I'm sort of thinking maybe just going to have a little look on here, because sometimes you can just cut something, which is really good. You can just cut something. So I'm sort of thinking I don't want to, see that's a bigger one, and no, it's the same. I'm just going to cut a bit off this one, just to add a little bit on here. So I'm going to hold it like that, because if I hold it the right way, I can use it on 2 different, another page. So I'm going to come in from here, the middle, and I'm going to cut around this flower. And you can sort of see that now I've divided it in 2, and I can actually get this bit in just under there, which brings it out really lovely. So I can bring it around a little bit if I wanted to. Okay, so I'm just going to use some glue, a little bit of glue on this, not too much. You don't want the glue to come out, so don't use too much. And I'm just going to lift that slightly. And push that into there. Okay, it sort of evens it up a little bit. It gives you the 3-dimension, which you like triangle dimension, the same as when you're putting brads or pearls or whatever. It's always nice to have 3, 5, 7, an off number. So I really hope that you like our scrapbook page that we've done today. We can cut them off if we want to. I'll work that out when I put it in the frame. And also, you can sort of see you get 3 beautiful cards. So how awesome, giving this sending love with this, you know, as a gift and a card. Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I hope you've enjoyed today's little video, and I'll see you in the next class. And I'm just going to come up and say Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to leave a comment, because if you leave a comment, that puts you in the mystery prize for the end of the month. If you're from Australia, you will receive a little gift in the mail. If you're from overseas and you still like to leave a comment, I will send you a card. So thank you for joining me today. God bless you all, and I hope you enjoyed my 8x8 scrapbooking page. Bye for now. I've got to go this way.